Hi everyone, this is Matt. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about salary negotiation, and I think that's really key and definitely worth discussing. So, first of all, we need to go back in time a little bit. So, you remember when you had your first HR conversation, HR phone call with the company, right? They asked you about your salary, maybe the current salary, or how much you'd like to earn, right? How much you'd like to make. So these two key numbers are absolutely key. And now, after all the interviews you've had, they will, well, make you an offer, they will send you a contract, and based on these two numbers, they will propose a salary in this contract, right? Now, this is the best time to negotiate your salary. So don't just sign the contract. Take your chance and try to get a better salary. Now, obviously, you're a PhD student, well, you have a PhD, you maybe have a few years of postdoc experience. So I think, it's absolutely worth it to leverage this information, leverage your experience to be paid a little bit more, right? Also, remember, they like you, they know you, they spend, you know, number of hours interviewing you, talking to you, reviewing the documents you send them. So, they really want to hire you. So at this point, probably it doesn't matter if you ask for 10 or 15% more. Remember, it's a big company, they have money, so it's worth trying, and they're not gonna just, let you go simply because you ask for more money, right? You need to be reasonable about it. And I'm gonna um, write you an email that I actually sent to a recruiter back in the day when I was applying for jobs and negotiating my salary. So let's go. Dear recruiter, I hope you are well. Many thanks for sending the contract. I'm delighted to receive this offer, and I want to say thank you to you and the interview panel for taking your valuable time and resources to get to know me and offer me the position. So you see, I start here by, being grateful, telling them how much I appreciate the offer, and reminding them how much time they already invested in me. Okay? Then I say, I have really enjoyed my interview process, and I am very keen on signing the contract. Right? You need to again remind them that you and the interview panel were vibing, you had good energy, and that you're really enthusiastic and you're really keen to work for them, right? And then this is the time when you can actually start talking about, you know, negotiating a salary. So this is what I wrote next. However, due to the current cost of living, I would like to negotiate my salary first. So here you really need to justify why you're doing this. And for me, this was the cost of living. It might be as well for you, you might be relocating to a different city. It might be, the cost of relocating. Maybe you're going to live um, in an area that is just much more expensive as compared to the area where you live right now. So definitely consider the cost of living or the cost of relocating. Um, and then go, I would like to ask for the annual salary of X, which is 10-15% increase from the suggested salary due to the following reasons. Okay, so again, you give them a specific number. This is what you want. This is how much more it is than what they proposed, and you need to be reasonable about this. So you need to decide for yourself what it really should be, right? But you shouldn't probably be asking for, 200% more. You need to do it a little bit within the reason. So, and then tell them why they should actually give you this money, right? So first of all, tell them that accepting the salary, would be a pay cut because you anticipate your bills to go up significantly. When you live in a different city, or maybe you'll be working from home now, so your electricity bills will go up. And mention the inflation rate, and definitely from there also think about when will you get your next salary appraisal? Because for a lot of companies, there is a cut-off date, so it's worth asking the HR person at some point, when is the cut-off date for salary appraisal, which essentially means that if you work for the company, if you start working for the company before the cut-off date, let's say 30th of September, then the following year, on the 30th of September, you will have your salary increased, right? However, if you start working after the cut-off date, so after the 30th of September, then the following year, on the 30th of September, they will not increase your salary, and effectively you will have to wait, up to 2 years until they increase your salary. So it's definitely worth mentioning this, and because of that, you should also be paid a little bit more, right? So these are the reasons why you should be paid more, right? Why you're requesting more money, but you also need to give them something in return, right? So it's a give and take situation. And this is what you can write. In return, I will bring the following to your company: my knowledge of molecular biology, I'm a biologist, and I applied for a writing job, so at my writing skills as demonstrated by my publications. So if you're applying for a research scientist role, this would be, the knowledge of the field, and your research skills as demonstrated by the publications, posters, whatever it is. Then your project and time management skills that you acquired during your PhD, postdoctoral years, or maybe in any other positions. Your experience maybe in writing protocols, safety documents, cosh forms, which might be important to the role as well. And then finally, your enthusiasm to learn and ambition to quickly start adding value to the team, to the company, right? So essentially, you ask them for how much money you want, you tell them why you want it, and then you tell them what you're going to receive in return. And then you should finish this email with a strong call to action. So I hope you can see from my email and the interview feedback that I will quickly bring a positive return on your investment, as I am really eager to start working with the managerial team to deliver outstanding service to your customers. I will start my notice period as soon as we agree on the contract. I am looking forward to your response. Best wishes. Right? So you send this email, and then they will get back to you with a counter offer. Now, they might actually agree to what you asked for, or they might actually give you something in between what they suggested initially and the amount of money you requested, right? So at this point, you can agree to the counter offer, or maybe you can still try to negotiate. Now, if they're not wanting to give you more money, maybe they could give you something else. Okay, so at this point, I would probably ask for extra annual leave, so you can take longer holidays, maybe a relocation package, or any other potential bonuses that they could offer to you, or maybe ask them whether they could actually increase your salary even next year, even though you started working for them after the cutoff date for salary appraisal. Right? So there are different things you can potentially pursue here to make up for that amount of money that they're not willing to give you. And having said that, next week I am going to bring a senior scientist from AstraZeneca, and I'm going to do 3 interviews with him over following weeks, months, and we're going to talk about why he left his PhD and his day-to-day as a senior scientist for AstraZeneca, and then we'll talk about the interview process and recruitment. And during this last part of the interview, we will talk about salary negotiations, and what he's going to tell you will definitely be very useful for the time when you apply for jobs with big pharma or smaller companies for research scientist positions. So definitely subscribe to the channel if you benefit from this content, if you think you want to listen to that interview with a senior scientist from AstraZeneca, and I'll see you in the next one.